All right, here we go. Most people are going to bet the Final Four and have no idea what they're actually betting. And that's exactly how you're going to get your ass buried this weekend. Hey, listen, we're not here to tell you who's going to win. We're here to tell you how you're not going to get burned this weekend. Final Four breakdown, angles, matchups, and if there's any edge, we'll tell you where it is. Plus, Bark Bets, exclusive plays right here every week. Clown of the Week, and Mikey, Easter candy power rankings. Getting a little festive for Easter. It's off the hook. Sports talk that pays off. What's up, buddy?
What's up, man? This has to be the best intro yet. A little Bouncing Souls coming in to a little Rage Against the Machine. I like it. I
figured you'd like that. A little good surprise there pace for you. Yeah. So this is what we're looking at. Game plan. We are down to the Final Four. Super depressing. And but this is what we got on tap. We'll go through the matchups and look at the betting market, of course. We are a betting program, or so we pretend to be, I guess. So, like I said, Bark Bets, candy rankings, and Clown of the Week. And if you're paying attention, we might have gave you a hint last week, but it is a doozy. It's amazing how people top one another every week. Like sometimes we wonder if we can find something, and then sure as shit, somebody tops the person from the week before.
Yeah, this guy was saying to us, "Don't make me honorable mention." He goes, "This time I'm fighting for he wanted the crown, so we gave it to him."
Oh yeah. It's oh boy, we'll get into that, but it's a Final Four show. We'll have more other shit next week, but this is just strictly Final Four and candy rankings, of course, because it means candy, right? So, but Final Four teams. This is what we're looking at tomorrow. We got UConn, Illinois, and then Michigan, Arizona, which a lot of people are saying, hey, that's really the championship game. But I don't know. It'd be a good game, but I think whoever one of those teams plays in the championship game, you'll still get a pretty good game here. What do you think, Mikey?
Yeah, I could see why people say that, but I think on any given day, any one of these teams could beat one another, for sure. I mean, these are powerhouse schools. Serious talent in these lineups. It's going to make for some interesting basketball.
Well, and the biggest question mark is, are we going to see the Michigan team from early on in the season when they're just wiping people off the board? Or are we going to get this Michigan team that's been playing with their food and sleepwalking kind of, and then turning it on, you know?
Well, if you follow the trend, Michigan was playing with their food for the whole first half up until last week when we decided to take them on the first half line. And all of a sudden, instead of waiting to the second half to pour it on, they literally wait till exactly halfway through the first half. It was 10 minutes to go in the first half, and they were down 3 points. Down 3 points. Our first half line was looking great. And then all of a sudden, they said, you know what? Let's not wait till the second half to go on one of our notorious runs. Let's do it right now just to fuck us. And that's exactly what they did.
Well, you know what, though? That was...
And then, to make it even worse, I really didn't have a gut feeling on that second play. I didn't know who to take. I really didn't. I didn't want to force something. And then, of course, you know me, I'm a degenerate gambler. After you lose that first bet, I didn't want to put it out there, so I didn't. Now, in hindsight, I wish I would have, because I ended up taking UConn.
Right.
And halfway through that game, I'm like, oh, I'm glad I didn't put this out for everyone else to lose with me. Little did I know we were going to get one of the best endings in basketball that we've ever seen in a long time.
Yeah, that is definitely up there. I still don't think it's as good as the Villanova Jenkins shot, the Leitner Duke shot. It's up there for sure. But I look at it, we were talking earlier before you came on here, Duke wasn't 100%, right? Now, Duke, 3 years in a row, has blown huge leads, and it can't come down to that play. I mean, they let them come back in that game slowly but surely. So that's a coaching, that's a preparing your team to just keep your foot on the gas or foot on their throat and knock them out, right? Which is, again, that's what you get with the coaches like Saban and some of these other experienced coaches in college football, right? Even like a Bobby Knight team would have never blown that fucking lead, right?
Yeah.
He would have beat the shit out of all those kids, right? But then but these, whether it's college football, college basketball, I don't compare the pros because the pros just take their pedal off the gas and just let up. But there's experienced coaches and veteran coaches that they don't let up, like Cignetti. He's not going to let a team come back. He's just going to keep scoring, right? So Duke's got a problem. Shire's job is safe, but they do have a problem. And that Michigan, I mean, look, that was the right. Listen, Rick Barnes, I mean, a loser. That guy is a fucking loser. That was the right bet to make. It was just against the wrong team. Tennessee, I mean, they just didn't play at all. They just laid a dud, and then Michigan just steamrolled them. I mean, it was close, and then all of a sudden, halfway through the first half, they just poured it on, and Tennessee had no answers.
Once they made that run, Tennessee isn't the type of team that's going to come, roaring from behind. They don't have that type of firepower,
Yeah.
So, and I'll be honest, Duke doesn't, UConn doesn't either. What got UConn back in the game was sloppy play by Duke, turnovers by Duke. A lot of unforced turnovers too. Unforced, dribbling off your leg. So we'll get into that. I don't want to get too far ahead of ourselves here for the handicap for these next two games, but yeah.
So since we are a sports betting program, we're going to show you this is what we got here from an odds standpoint and what you're looking at. Now the UConn one opened higher right away if you got it. I think it was like plus 700, but I mean, this is pretty much where you're at here for these teams rolling into Final Four weekend. And then different lines will come out based on who the winner is. But this is what you're looking at here to win it all. I mean, it's your two favorites are Michigan, Arizona. I mean, it's pretty much right there. You can't really disagree with those numbers. Even though Hurley is unbelievable in the tournament, and UConn as a school as a whole is unbelievable in the tournament when they get there, they're still the underdog out of all those four teams, regardless of how you look at it. And then, of course, before we get into games, I'm going to throw some trends out there, Mikey. So we were talking about this, too. So, look, if you look at this is the Final Four metrics for these four teams here, looking at offense, defense, and their offense efficiency from 2 and 3 point percentage and the rebounds. I mean, right there, look at UConn. That just highlights their inefficiencies. And we were talking about who's going to score, right? I mean, they were shooting, they shoot 20-something% last week from 3. I mean, they're fucking terrible. They probably had no business winning that game, the way they shot. So when you look at it, this clearly calls out their inefficiencies here when you look at these teams. What are your thoughts on this? I mean, tells the story right here.
It does. And it kind of, every week you keep hearing the same narrative. UConn's not going to shoot that bad again, and they're due for some positive shooting regression. I was believing in that too and thinking, you know what, this is the week that they're going to come out and Solo Ball's going to shoot well and Mullen's going to have a good game. And it's not happening. And at some point you have to start to think maybe they are a 30% shooting team from 3. Maybe they're a 28% shooting team from 3. Maybe we're not going to see any better. And if that's the case, they're going to be in some trouble. They're going to be in some real trouble because, they're not going to turn Illinois over like they did Duke. I got to be honest, a lot of that was fluky in my opinion as far as some of those turnovers, but yeah. Time will tell.
Definitely. Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And then just a couple other ones here. I think I have the no, we'll get to that. I have there's another breakdown here with these teams against the spread here. So looking at this is throughout the season. So for this college basketball season, these Final Four teams, if you look against the spread as a favorite, as a dog, and then versus the total over under, Arizona, Illinois are the only ones that are above 500 against the spread.
Just so happy
even as a favorite, right? Now Arizona as a dog is 4-0. UConn they haven't been a dog, so until now. But and then looking at the totals, UConn's split 50-50. Arizona's 50-50. And Michigan and Illinois are leaning toward the under. So, again, that's just your betting profile as you look at these teams, how they've fared throughout this college basketball season. I guess we'll see what happens. And then, the whole UConn thing, 17-1 against the spread, blah, blah, blah. That's beating with a dead horse. It's a great record, but does it hold true? And you always say those teams aren't the same team as last year, but again, it's a record. The number's there. It's just, does it pan out, right?
Right.
And of course, Tommy Trends, we got some more Final Four stats. Final Four winners, 39-7-2 against the spread since 2001. The better seeded team is 6-1 against the spread. Now, this is the last 7 where it's not a 1 versus 2 situation. And then Big 12, Big East, and Big 10 are 8-2 straight up and against the spread since 2018. And the totals here are leaning toward the over, 24-19-2 since 99. Now, the last 4 games, though, have gone under. So whatever. There's your stat. And since we're on the subject, before we actually get into looking at the 2 games, some championship trends here, just kind of generic, since we won't be back before the game Monday night. We'll obviously have plays. We'll post some shit on X at OTH Sports Pod. But you're looking at the championship game. Favorites of 3 or more are 15-3 straight up, 13-5 against the spread since 98. Only 2 champions since 98 didn't cover, Duke and Kansas. Better seeded teams, 13-3 straight up and 11-5 against the spread. Last 15 titles. Unders, 11-4 last 15 title games. Big East, 8-0 straight up and against the spread in title games. So that could mean something if UConn gets there. And don't bet Illinois if you like the trends, because they're 0-8 straight up and against the spread in title games. Matt Painter, he's the biggest loser out of that bunch. Loser. So Big Ten teams haven't won it in 26 years. It might be 27.
But your last stat showed that Illinois was one of the better teams against the spread in tournament.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
Which one do you follow, right?
Exactly. Exactly. It's numbers there, and do with it as you wish.
Which one you like, and then you say that's the one I backed up. If it comes in for, if it's not, then you'd say, yeah, I should have followed the other one.
Right. Or I typically look at these trends if I'm on the fence. And I'm like, you can't decide, and it's almost like a coin flip. I'll just be like, all right, what's the trend here? What's right?
Yeah,
the double revenge factor.
I have some advice similar to that for this UConn Illinois game. If it's coming down to someone not knowing which way to lean.
Well, here we go. You teed it up. Here we go. This is what we got left. We got Illinois, UConn, 6:09 Eastern. These are on TBS, TNT, True TV. CBS doesn't come in until to Monday night and get the big championship game. So here we go. Illinois, UConn leading us off tomorrow. Mikey, go ahead, take it away.
Oh, we got Iron Eagle, Bill Rafferty. So I expect that Michigan is going to win the tap. And I would love for Illinois to come out in a zone defense. So when Bill Rafferty goes, Michigan wins the tap, Illinois is going to come out and play a little bit of zone defense. You know,
you mean the Huskies?
He goes, I'm sorry, the Huskies. Yeah, they're going to come out and play a little bit of zone instead of his typical man-to-man. Nobody ever hears what he says because he mumbles it every time. It's so funny.
It is funny.
Anyway.
So I'll set it up for you. I didn't give you the betting numbers, but these lines really haven't moved. So you're looking at, Illinois is laying 2.5, total 140.5 is what you're looking at here. It moved when it first opened and it hasn't done really anything since. But Mikey, what do you think here? How do you figure this game shakes out?
Yeah, I'm on the Fighting Illini. Overall, I just think they're a better team. You can make an argument defensively that UConn defends a little better, and I think that's a tough. That argument could go either way. But there's no argument about who's the better offensive team. Illinois has 5 guys who could score at once. They defend pretty well. They're long and lanky. They have size. Um, you know, they could score from the outside. They could drive to the basket and score. And ultimately, if you are deciding and you're on the fence, one of the things I like to look at is when it's on the line, which team has a guy that could just go get a basket? It's usually a guard at the end who could go get a basket. And which guy has the best player on the court is Wagler. You know, it's no doubt about it. He's the best player on the court. At the end of the game, they need a basket. The ball's in his hands. I have a hard time thinking UConn's going to score. You know, their best way to score is get the ball inside the Terrace Reed and let him do his thing. But he's not used to doing his thing against this kind of size and length. And they have some bodies that they could throw at him. You know, they could throw the two brothers at him. One comes in off the bench, the other one takes a rest. They block shots very well. I just think he's going to have a hard time scoring. He's going to have an average game. And then you're looking at, you know, either Caravan to step up, you're looking at Mullins to step up, and you're looking at Solo Ball to step up. And none of them that you could say you're confident in right now. None of them have shot the ball well. Silas Demery is a great point guard. He's going to do his typical thing and distribute the ball, make a big shot every once in a while. And then you look at the bench, Malachi Smith and Jaden Ross are going to come in off the bench, but they don't give you a whole lot as far as scoring goes. So I'm going to take the better scoring team here. I'm chalking up that UConn was down by 18 points, maybe 19, I think.
19, I think, yeah.
In the second half. Like, that's how that game should have gone. Duke made some bad mistakes down the stretch there. That game should not have ended the way it did. I think this is still a somewhat close game, but I think Illinois gets the win here.
Yeah, I mean, when you look at it, the notes I made, you know, Illinois, I mean, they've been on a dominant run here. Their closest win, the closest anybody's got to them was 10 points. I mean, they're just running through teams in this tournament. And you said it. There's pretty much a miracle that UConn got out of that game. Like, I mean, again, they had to come back. I get it. But Duke also handed them that game. You know, it wasn't the last play or the turnover. He made the three. I mean, it was a series of plays and events, poor coaching on Duke's side, turnovers. But then again, you know, and we talked about it, the Huskies weren't shooting the ball well at all from three. Not at all. Caravan couldn't score. Yeah, there was the Terrace Reed show is what it was. And a couple of scrappy players making plays is what it was. You know, so you also look at it, Illinois, they're just more consistent. I give them the edge inside on the glass. I feel like, I think you said it, maybe you give a nod to UConn on the defensive side, but Illinois is just as good. And there's that double revenge factor. They got their ass waxed twice now from UConn. You know, so, I mean, you know they want to come out there and show them, hey, look, those are just bad games, and that's not, and again, those are different teams. But again, that plays into it too. And that coach doesn't want to lose, doesn't want to get his ass kicked 3 times in a row from Danny Early. Now, I don't know. To me, though, I just have I feel like it's almost like Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. I bet I took Tom Brady in every Super Bowl and made money and just bet the Brady side and came out better than not, right? It's a couple where he lost. But for the most part, if you took Tom Brady, you won. And if you took UConn in the tournament or whatever, you're making money, right? So me personally, I have a hard time fading UConn just because I love Danny Hurley. I think I just like that intensity of a coach. I like coaches like that, and I feel like we're not getting those. And those coaches are slowly going to be non-existent because everyone is just too soft and it can't get yelled at. But I don't know. I would love to see UConn just win the whole fucking thing because I did take a future on UConn as soon as they won, and that bet popped at plus 700. So, but you know, I it's going to be a dogfight, I think, for them to win this game. I don't think they're going to run away with it. If they win, it's going to be. I can't see UConn blowing them out just because they had a fight for every game this season. So, I guess we'll see what happens here. I did find this funny since we're talking about this game. This was an April Fool's joke. that Mullins played on Hurley. This was a text message where he pretty much just texted him on April Fool's and said, "Hey, I'm not going to be able to go next week." And Hurley is like, "Hey, thanks for letting me know." And the kid comes back, "Just kidding, April Fool's." And Hurley, to quote, is, "I'm going to rip your fucking heart out and make sure these next 2 games will be the last 2 times you ever step on a fucking court again, you fucking piece of shit. See you in 2 hours."
Yeah,
That's fantastic.
he's funny.
That's great to have a relationship with your coach. I don't know. That's fucking fantastic.
Yeah, they have a great. He has a great rapport with all his flavor. Jesus Christ, the Phillies are going to town on the Rockies. First inning, 6-0. Jeez.
There you go. Baseball update. Here we go.
Yeah, here we go.
There you go. Only 157 games over. They play 5 games.
Yeah. Yeah, but Hurley has a great rapport with all his players. You got to love that about the guy. You know, say what you want about him. Yeah, he's an asshole. He gives refs a hard time, but his players really play hard for him. And, you know, if that's what this game came down to, which team is going to play as hard for their coach, I'd be betting UConn all day long. Fortunately, the game, the outcome is going to be determined by much more than that. So I don't get it wrong. I'm a fan of UConn, not to a certain extent. I'm a Villanova fan, but I could appreciate the way they play. I could appreciate how they play for their coach. I just think that they are they don't have the arsenal in this game. They're just outgunned in this game.
Yeah. Do you think, I wanted to ask you before, do you think, and there's been talk about this all week, and it comes up every year because they typically play these Final Four games in, it's not a basketball arena. It's typically like a football stadium or a bigger type venue. So the shot lines or the sight lines are not what these players are typically used to. Do you think
big difference?
Who do you think that hurts more here of these 4 teams? Are they all susceptible to that, or do you think one fares better than the other?
I don't think it one has an advantage over the other. I think it's a disadvantage for everybody. I could tell you just from playing Division III basketball, and you go from playing a smaller gym like my home team's court, where your backdrop was, 20 feet behind the basket, 30 feet behind the basket, and then you go to play in some of the arenas that I played in, where the backdrop behind the basket is way further back. It really throws off your depth perception when you're just looking at a basket and you see nothing behind it, just big open space. Yeah, here's the thing, though. These teams have had shoot-arounds and warm-ups before the game has been played, so they know how they're going to shoot before they get in there. Some may not like it. It might throw some off, but they quickly adjust, and you're still going to see good shooting performances from some teams. Who knows? Maybe it helps UConn. Maybe UConn hasn't been shooting the ball that well. Maybe you see something change with them. I don't know. But I really didn't factor that into the handicap, but you brought up a good point.
Yeah. I mean, it does come into play, but it's like you said, they had shoot around. I think those teams got there, Wednesday, Thursday? They've been there now at least a day or two. So they are practicing. If anything, that means a hammer the first half under until they get adjusted. And then they get adjusted at halftime. And yeah, whatever. All right. Next game, Michigan, Arizona. That's whatever time the first game ends, and then they have 20-minute, 30-minute break in between, whatever. There's also some trend, and I forgot what it is. If there's the fucking game's delayed to play, I think it's the under. I don't fucking know. There's another trend out there. You can Google it. But so then you have the nightcap game, Michigan, Arizona. What do you say? I mean, this is crazy. They're combined 71-5. They're both just dominating who they play. I mean, we said it all. Michigan kind of fucks around until late. Arizona, if I look at it, they're a little bit more dominant and a little bit more consistent. I mean, they kind of fuck around too a little bit, but not as much as Michigan has been. I feel like Arizona's a bit more consistent throughout the tournament and consistent throughout the season, where Michigan up and down. I mean, it's still 1 versus 1. This is going to be, I don't know, this is going to be like a coin flip for me. It's a hell of a game.
Watch it. I'm really excited to watch it.
Yeah.
You got NBA talent on both sides. You got 3-4 NBA players on both teams at one time on the court. It's going to be fun to watch.
You know,
When is this game
Michigan laying 1.5, and the total is 157.5. So
Yeah.
that's,
So I already laid it. I already took the points here. I'm on Arizona getting the points. Um, Man, it's so tough to handicap this game. I think the line is about right. It should be where it's at. It should be about a pick'em game, and that's basically what it is, a basket difference. Um, I just like the way Arizona plays together for the whole game. You know,
yeah.
they are consistently sharing the ball the whole game. Whereas times where you see Michigan just look out of sorts at sometimes, and they're not sure what to do on the offensive end. Like, whose turn is it to score? You know, is it my turn to score, or is it your turn? Where Arizona kind of takes what you give them, and they work the ball to get the best open shot. Now, that's not to say that Michigan can't go on a big run, you know, and go on a 15-4 run or something like that, because they do it. They do it quite a bit. But Arizona has the bodies to hang with them. They have the athletes. I don't think there's a big difference in athletic ability on either of these teams. One thing I do like is Elliot Cadeau has been playing really well for Michigan. He's been getting in the paint and being disruptive and scoring in there. He's going to have a hard time doing that with Jaden Bradley guarding him. And then you could bring a 6'7" guard forward off the bench and Charchenkov and put him on him. That's going to cause some problems. And then Yaxel, they have some bodies to throw at him. I mean, they're big inside. Koa Pete, Krivas. Then you bring a beast of a guy in off the bench with Awaka. I just think Michigan's not going to get the easy baskets at the rim that they're used to getting. Michigan's going to want to get out and run in transition. But if you look at Arizona's numbers, they're one of the best teams in the nation of not giving up transition points. They get back and defend pretty well. So I don't think you're going to have the opportunities at the basket in the fast break that Michigan typically gets when they go out on those big runs. And if you turn this into a more of a half-court game, this falls into the lap of Arizona all day long.
Yep.
Yeah, I think Arizona wins this game. I think there's going to be a time in the second half where Michigan's fighting back from a 6-8 point deficit and maybe makes it close at the end. But I think Arizona wins this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if they win by a couple possessions.
Yeah. And so the notes that I made, it's really it comes down to the shot profile and the interior defense. And you said it. So Arizona, they want to live inside. And it was 75% of their shots are twos. I mean, they're playing down low in the paint. They're not afraid to go to the basket and get fouled. A lot of teams are chucking up threes. And then you look at Michigan, right? They're more balanced. And that interior defense, too. I mean, they're allowed 44% on twos. And it's like you said, if it's a half-court game, it definitely favors Arizona more. Michigan's going to get out and run, and they're nailing threes. It could be bad for Arizona if they're pushing. But I mean, really, it's almost like Arizona's biggest strength is going against Michigan's biggest strength, right? Like it's like fucking Rocky and Drago. What the fuck? Dude, it's a heavyweight fight.
There is a wild card. There is a wild card, and here it is. If Michigan gets play out of Mara, their big guy, their giant, if that kid comes out and plays well in the middle and shuts things down on the inside for Arizona, that could be trouble. But I don't ever see consistent play out of him. There'll be a game where he came out and I'll be like, holy crap, did he improve from last year? And he looks dominant. And then the next game will come out and within the first 6 minutes, he has 2 fouls and he's on the bench. So I expect Arizona to go at him, go right to the basket hard, and try to get him in foul trouble early. If they get him in foul trouble and get him off the court, Arizona, I think, is going to live at the basket.
Yeah. Here's another edge, too, I think, personally. You and I were talking about before he came on here. And I didn't realize this, so I looked at the roster. Illinois has 6 players who are foreign players, Czech, Serbia, whatever. And Arizona has 8. Now, typically, those players are more developed. They're more balanced players. That European-style game is a more complete game, typically. And that could come down. I mean, There was an edge there for Illinois, right? That UConn doesn't have. Same thing for Arizona. These kids are more experienced, or typically they have a more polished game coming from when they're recruiting these kids from Europe. So I'm curious to see how that pans out too with this. If that really does hold true, if Illinois advances, and then if Arizona advances, because I think that would be a hell of a matchup. I think. To see in a championship game, who's going to give you a better game? Illinois, are they going to put up a better fight than UConn? I think so, and I think Arizona could be. I don't know. I just like looking out who would I like to see on Monday night, and those would be the two teams I'd like to see, and that would be
Pedro
interesting.
Stojakovic's kid, he's a baller. He can play. Yeah, like when I first saw him play during the regular season, I think they played at Minnesota. He had a really bad game, and I'm like, this kid doesn't impress me. But then every game I've seen him play since then, he's good, and he gets to the basket. He's crafty inside the basket. His dad was pretty much just a shooter. His dad could shoot the lights out. This kid could shoot the ball, and he gets to the hoop. Yeah, he's a good player. He has a good NBA career too coming up.
Yeah, probably won't get drafted because doesn't James have another kid? The NBA draft is such a fucking joke. These European kids will get signed by a team and they'll make a lot of noise and not even get drafted. That's what will happen.
I watched Bronny James last night at the end of the game, get some playing time. He got the ball stolen from him on three consecutive court, like 3 consecutive plays. It was pretty bad. I actually almost felt bad for him a little bit because it's embarrassing.
I didn't. Fuck that. Yeah, I loved watching them get fucking pounded, and the worst loss in LeBron's career. I loved it. I fucking hate that guy. Just go away. Just go away, you clown. All right. So, I mean, what do you think here? Looking at these games, you think Illinois, Arizona is who we get Monday? All right. So if we don't get Illinois, Arizona, I mean, that's kind of the way we're leaning. I mean, we're leaning Illinois, Arizona. If we don't get that, what do you think, Cap? You think it's in the first game? If Illinois doesn't win, is it UConn just finding a way to shoot and they just are lights out, or is it more a defensive thing that stops Illinois?
The reason why the number you see so drastically different when you had the money line up to win the national championship, like 170, 180, 400, and then like 700,
5, 6. Yeah.
The reason why is because the odds makers are looking at this and saying, even if UConn could pull one of these games out of their ass, like if they have a good offensive game, there's no way they're putting 2 games back to back where they're scoring the ball, which they haven't done all year. They haven't had offensive power all year. Now you're telling me they're going to play 2 of the best offensive games ever. I'm not going to say it can't happen because that'd be foolish to say, but it's not very likely at all that UConn can win 2 back-to-back games against 2 powerhouse schools. I just don't see it. So I don't see UConn winning the national championship. Can they beat Illinois? Sure, they could beat Illinois. They could play a great game and beat them. Right. I don't think it's going to happen. I mean, my money's already in saying it's not going to happen. It's pretty much too. So there's something inside me that believes that they're not going to win. But can Michigan beat Arizona? Yeah, sure. Can we have an Illinois-Arizona? An Illinois-Michigan game in the championship? Yeah, I could see it. Yeah, it's possible. I'd be curious to see what that line is. I'm thinking you're probably getting like Michigan as a -4, -5 point favorite. I'm thinking somewhere around there. I didn't see there. I'm sure there's hypothetical lines out there right now. I saw them at one point. I don't remember what they were. So, but who am I taking in that game? If that's what your question is, shit, I don't know. If it's Michigan and Illinois in the championship, I'd really have to think long and hard about this. Because I could see that being a close game back and forth. And would I be surprised if Michigan goes on a 15-2 run at the end of the game to win by like 10? No, I wouldn't be surprised at all. So I don't have an answer for you, big guy. But I'll tell you what, if I do, there's nothing saying that we can't come back on and shoot a little clip here and get back on before that national championship game happens.
We could do that. If we got something interesting, we'll most likely be on early Sunday or mid-afternoon Sunday. Something like that. I mean, it's like you said. Could UConn win tomorrow? Yeah, that's their best shot. If they are going to face Michigan or Arizona, I don't care which one. That is a mountain to fucking climb. The way this isn't the UConn team that won it a couple years ago and was steamrolling people. It's not there. They're good. They're not that good, and that is a tough task to beat either Michigan or Arizona. Even if one of those, whoever they play, is having an off day, those teams are just going to beat them the fuck down. They're 1 through 5.
Just look at it this way. Look at it this way. Put UConn up against, let's just say, Arizona right now in the championship. And now let's break it down. When you take the point guard, you just look at like Demery versus Bradley. Like you break down position for position.
Yeah.
You are taking 4 out of the 5 players most likely from Arizona all day before you even touch one of the UConn players. Maybe even 5 out of 5.
Yeah, the only question in my mind would be, is Tarris Reed over Koa Pete, just from experience?
Well,
But,
yeah, I mean, if you're matching him up against Koa Pete, I guess that's debatable because it's whether you're going to say he's playing center or whether he's playing power forward. But if you match him up against like Krivas, then who do you take? Because that's a tougher one. Like I don't know if I take. I don't know which way I go there. I might take Krivas in that. You know, I think he's all round a better player. You know, maybe if you're not just looking at offense, he blocks shots. Like, I mean, they both do. So yeah, that's tough. That is a tough one. But I could tell you the other positions aren't hard for me to decide on. It's just UConn doesn't have the scoring that they had in the years past. They don't have somebody at the end of the game, tie game, coming down, 10 seconds left. Who is UConn saying, take the ball and make something happen? You're not giving Caravan the ball out front and say, make a move and go to the basket. You don't have a go-to scorer to get a bucket, where in these other teams, you have them all day long.
Yeah. We are going through Final Four breakdowns here, wrapping up the breakdown of the 2 games tomorrow. Illinois, UConn at 6:09 Eastern. Nightcap is Michigan, Arizona to follow that game. Like a half hour after that game ends. Our full card for these games will be posted early afternoonish tomorrow at OTH Sports Pod on X. Maybe we'll be back Sunday if anything gets interesting. Like if Danny Hurley starts a fight, starts throwing chairs or something, we'll have to come back on and fucking break that down. But if not, we'll have our card posted probably around the 5 o'clock hour Monday.
Is that a UCLA hat you have on?
Yeah.
Did fucking Mick Cronin send that to you after you started coming around on him a little bit halfway through the year? Your feelings changed about the guy.
Yeah.
One thing he didn't do is he didn't drive across the fucking country to take it to you. I know that. That's for damn sure.
Yeah. He said, "You raising your voice at me?" I said,
yeah.
No, send me a hat.
That's fucking funny.
Oh God, if we can only have Mick Cronin here. Oh, fucking A.
Oh man.
All right, so let me ask you this before we got Bark Bets coming up, which are the exclusive plays you get here, and then we'll do a little Easter Candy Power Rankings and then get you the Clown of the Week. Before we do that and wrap up this college basketball Final Four breakdown, who do you trust the least or the most from a coaching standpoint of these teams?
Give me a second here, Tom. I'm going to plug my computer, and I don't want this thing to die on me.
All right. So, again, official plays will be posted at OTH Sports Pod. We'll get those posted tomorrow, early afternoon time, and then we'll get the Monday championship game posted probably by 5 o'clock Monday. It's an 8:30 tip, so you'll have enough time to look at it. I mean, it's really just paralysis by analysis at this point. I was just telling the fine folks, Mikey, just recapping how to get the card, how to get the plays. We also do have other plays. This isn't just basketball. We throw shit out. UFC plays. We'll be doing obviously baseball plays, NASCAR plays. We'll have to start looking at golf because I've been slacking on the golf. I have watched maybe about 10 minutes of golf. But Mikey, I was saying before you connected there, who do you like the most or the least coaching wise? Like, who do you trust? Yeah, who do you trust here? Game on the line. It's coming down. Who would you trust most and least here?
Oh, geez. I mean, that's.
I'll give you my answer. I'll let you marinate for a second. In a close game, I'm siding with Hurley. I trust her. If that Illinois UConn game's close, I'm trusting Hurley. In the second game, I'm trusting Tommy Lloyd. I like Tommy Lloyd. I know there's a lot of talk he's going to Carolina. I don't know what the rumor is that he's not saying anything, which is smart, but who knows? But I trust those two the most. Least, I'd probably say May. I just trust him the least. But that's just whatever.
I mean, I agree with you in every bit of that. Yeah. Dusty May, I mean, he really hasn't been in a position where he's had to make big decisions or anything like that yet. And you can make an argument that his coaching is the least you have to worry about because he has so much talent on that team that the talent just overtakes the coaching. But just coaching alone, if I had to, yeah, I trust Hurley the most. Absolutely. I just think these games aren't going to be won by coaching. Yeah, collectively, the coaching they did throughout the season put them here. You could make that argument. But I don't think there's going to be a decision or any big decisions that are made in either of these games that are going to come down to whether it costs them the game or not. But I lean right with you with, I'd say, Hurley number 1, Lloyd number 2 for sure. May would definitely be last for me. Yeah. That's too.
And you get to this point in the season, this is what you're getting. There's no fucking trick plays. You're not getting something you haven't seen. This is what it is what it is at this point, right? Guys are banged up. They're gonna play. It's a long season. I mean, it's just who's gonna execute, right? And the turnover. It's who's gonna create less. Who's gonna either force more turnovers or create less turnover. I mean, that's really.
I will say this: I will not be surprised if you see Illinois come out and play a little zone defense in this game. They're very long and lanky. They could put those guys on the perimeter, make UConn shoot the 3 to beat you. I wouldn't be surprised if you see a little zone mixed up into that defense, and that could cause some problems for UConn.
Yeah, if Illinois does advance, I was looking here how they fared against Michigan, and Michigan beat them by 14 back in February. I don't think it's. I think you get a different ball game if it's those two teams on Monday night.
I agree with you, Tom.
I just don't see it going that way.
They're a different team right now than they were then.
Yeah, well, just looking here, Illinois only shot 41% from the field. It was just an off game. Michigan pretty much controlled every category here. Just quickly looking at it.
What did Illinois shoot from 3? Out of curiosity, what were they from
31%. Michigan was 36. So
how many threes did Illinois take? Is that up there?
Yeah, 29. Michigan took 22.
Yeah. See, I don't think you're going to see, if they play again, I don't think you're going to see Illinois taking 30 fucking 3-point shots again. I don't remember. I mean, that was a couple months ago. I don't remember if they were trying to run with them. It could have been a case of where they're trying to keep up and just, chucking up shots. And that's not their game, right? It's like you said, they're going to force them to slow down. So, yeah, I'd be curious if that is the matchup we get. How does that pan out from earlier in the season? So time will tell. That's a wrap here on the Final Four games tomorrow. Mikey, any last thoughts you got on these games? Yeah, my last thoughts are I'm trying to see this. I'm trying to visualize Arizona playing Illinois in the championship game because that's where my money is. So that's what I want to see. I want to see the fight in Illini against the Cats.
Yeah, I would like to see that too. Or I'd be okay with the Cats and the Huskies and the Cats. So you get the cats and cats, or dogs and cats, so to speak. There,
that's true.
But we'll see. If I can't. There's no way UConn's win. I mean, even though I took money on the futures, I just can't see. That's a tough task if they would get there. But we'll see.
I mean, if they win against Illinois, you should definitely hedge.
I was thinking about hedging that.
Guarantee yourself money. I mean, you just got to look at which way to do it. That's all. So,
I have a feeling if they get there, if they play Michigan, they might have a better shot. Arizona, so I just like that Arizona team a lot. My chips are in on that fucking team more than Michigan. But
Yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens. That's the Final Four breakdown. If you missed it, this will be up like a minute when we're done rambling here at OTH Sports Pod on YouTube. You can watch the replay. And like I said, we'll have a card out tomorrow, early afternoon hours, and then Monday, early evening, probably like 5-ish, and a couple hours to sit on it and see what you're going to do. But the lines really ain't moving. I mean, it's pretty much, unless there's an injury or some shit comes out, that this is what you get.
Pretty much told you who I've taken already. My game, they're already locked in. So
yeah. So that's the Final Four. We're going to move along to Bark Bets. This is the best segment that we have every week. I mean, what's better than helping a pup up for adoption, get a forever home, and then these are the plays that we're barking the loudest about, helping a dog get a home, and we'll hopefully throw out some winners for you. But it's really about the dog who's up for adoption. And as always, it's powered by Freedom First Rescue. And the pup that we have on who's up for adoption this week is JC. We will get to the pup of the week, JC, in just a minute here. Mike, who is your bark bet for this week?
I am going with the Michigan game. I'm going to take Mara to go under 13.5 points. You're going to have to lay a little bit of juice. I got it at -120, but I'm going with their big guy, Michigan's big guy, Mara, under 13.5 points, -120.
All right. That's a good play. And I'm going to go with, so we were talking about this, and this is the reason why I pulled this stat up. So Illinois in the last 15 tournament games, they are 13-2 in first half unders. So I'm taking Illinois under the first half total for that game. So we'll see how that pans out. Hopefully they both cash. But again, it's not about the bets. It's about the pup. And this week, Mikey, it's JC who's up for adoption from Freedom First Rescue. And listen, if you took a race car engine and you dropped it into a Labrador, that is JC, an absolute motor. This 2-year-old purebred black lab, loves people, great with kids, and always ready to go. She's also good with other dogs, but she needs a home with male dogs only. The dog, completely high energy, not a sit-around dog. She's learning the indoor life, already potty trained, crate trained, and working with a trainer, making big strides with structure and focus. And listen, Mike, make no mistake. She needs an active family, a fenced-in yard, people who want to run, hike, and stay moving. So look, apartment life, not going to cut it. Couch potatoes, need not apply. This dog is high-strung, motor. So if you want a dog that brings a lot of energy, loyalty, and a little bit of chaos in the best way, JC is your girl. For adoption info, check out freedomfirstrescue.com. Also, their Facebook page, facebook.com/freedomfirstrescue. Lots of good info on their Facebook page and the adoption info on their website, as well as other pups up for adoption. freedomfirstrescue.com. Adopt, don't shop. And Mikey, those are the bark bets this week. Mara under 13.5, and I'll go with Illinois first half under the total there.
More importantly, somebody go adopt JC.
Absolutely, yeah. We gotta get these dogs forever homes here.
Yeah, our hearts are a little broken. We were set for this Monday coming up to go pick up a German Shepherd that needed a home. We finally made up our mind that we're going to adopt this dog. And somebody got to the dog before we did. So I'm happy that the dog got adopted. Don't get me wrong, but we were all set to pick up this dog and give it a new home. So now we're just going to get a different one.
Yeah.
We're Shepherd and Rottweiler kind of people. So we're kind of trying to get a Shepherd or Rottie, but I never thought to check with Freedom First to see if they have any Shepherds or Rotties.
Yeah.
We talk about their website all the time. I guess I should go on there and take a look to see what they have.
Yeah, I know. Not too long ago, they only had a few dogs. Most of the dogs got adopted, and they got some pups. They rescued some pups from down south recently. So
the place that we were
there's
looking at is called Char Wills, and it's primarily German shepherds that they rescue and save. So yeah, I'll keep my eyes open.
yeah. Where are they at? Where's that place at? I never heard of that.
You know what? I think it's north of here. I think up outside like Pocono area, if I remember correctly. Yeah.
And they're all rescues. Is that
Yeah.
what-
Yep.
rescues.
Yeah. The dog that we were looking at, she was most of them that they get, it's crazy the story of these people. They go and they throw up tents and they live outside in these tents because all these dogs are just out on the loose. The dogs that they save are dogs that are out on their own, out in the wild and on their loose. They get tips on where these dogs are. They set up tents outside and they actually track these dogs and they track them down and then they get them. This shepherd was so skinny and she's been on, I forget how many days. It was a ton of days that this dog was just out on its own, living its life. No family, and they finally got
terrible.
the dog. Yeah, I know. It breaks my heart.
That's terrible. At least, I mean, it sucks you didn't get the dog. At least somebody else adopted it.
Exactly.
And I'm sure, they'll give them a good home. But it's just people disgust me that do this shit to dog. I want to punch them in the face.
You know what breaks my heart even more before I get off on a tangent on this? It's the people that actually go and they rescue these dogs, and then we'll look on there in 3 days, we'll see that they brought them back. That kills me. The dog was peeing on the floor. We didn't expect that to happen. Oh, the dog's too much. Like, make up your mind before you rescue a dog and know that it's a commitment. You don't go taking your kid back to a hospital when the kid cries. Like, come on, people. Like, you know what you're getting into before you get into it.
I'm glad you brought that up because that is annoying. And I'm on Twitter more than any other social media site. I think the rest are just trash. Facebook is just a cesspool of trash. But I was on Facebook. This is fairly recently. Someone I know, I'm not going to out them, but they're a fucking clown. They should have got clown of the week. Adopted a dog, and then literally what you just said, 3 days later, he's posting thing, dog needs a home. Something about they have fucking like 85 cats and it doesn't get along with the fucking cat. You're a fucking idiot, dude. And they've had dogs in the past, and I'm like, this going into it. Like, that's why they have meet and greets with dogs, like, you don't, I just, it's like you said, people don't throw away their kids, which some of them they probably should throw away, or most of them. But, it's like the dog's expendable and they're just give it back.
Yeah.
Dude,
it didn't work out perfectly for us. We wanted this to go seamless. No, sometimes it's not seamless and you have to change some things or work at it. It might be a little bit of an inconvenience to you people, but yeah.
God forbid you work with the dog for 15 minutes a day to acclimate the dog, and yet people are too busy doing other shit. Yeah, it's annoying.
I digress.
I'm glad you did bring that up though, because that is annoying. Anyway, that's the part.
What are we talking next? Candy?
Yeah. So before we get to clown of the week, we gotta have some fun. It's Easter. Kids will get a shit ton of cavities. Well, now Easter is like the second coming of Christmas because it's so fucking commercialized. You and I growing up, we got an Easter basket with some candy. Now it's like kids are now getting fucking PlayStations and cars and fucking laptops and iPads and it's fucking stupid, dude. It's so retarded. Just give the kids some candy and let their teeth rot. But anyway, for the sake of Easter weekend, we're gonna do something. This is really important, Mike. This is the second most important segment after Bark Bets. This is Easter candy power rankings right here. So go ahead and debate us, throw it in the chat. And
do you agree with these? How are you?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like searching and found a website with they ranked like the top 15 or 20. I mean, I didn't put them all in here, just the top 8 for sake of time and whatever. And
I have a couple problems with this. Not many though. Not many.
All right.
Because it's pretty much right on.
So we'll go from worst to first, so to speak. So dead last, candy corn. Look, Halloween doesn't even want you, so get the fuck out of here. Candy corn,
motherfucking lootly. That's at the bottom. Fuck that shit. That shit's horrible.
That is fucking terrible. You can't spin it anyway. Terrible. Start. That would be a good clip to have here. We need a producer. There's too much shit to throw in here. Number 7, Starburst jelly beans. Now, to me, I'm okay with jelly beans. It seems like Starburst might be trying a little bit. They have different flavors. Not that they're bad. It's just they're not the traditional jelly beans. So
Yeah.
they're calling out specifically Starburst in this survey of whoever 100 people they serve. Where the fuck they did the survey?
Somebody
right?
doesn't like Starburst, it looks like. Yeah.
That's what I love. Starburst candy. The jelly beans are not necessarily the best jelly beans I had.
I mean, the thing that comes out of my mouth is just right?
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Yeah.
Number 6, the Robin eggs or Whoppers, whatever you call it. I guess you could say Crunch is okay, but
I don't
it's like
I don't like that malt chocolate. I don't even know what you call it. That I don't care.
I know.
I
Yeah.
never really did. Those would pop down a spot for me to number 7. I would take the Starburst jelly beans before those.
Yeah, for sure. Now
we're gonna have problems.
Here's where I disagree with this ranking, because I think candy corn is complete trash. It's it could be even lower than 8, but 8 I agree with if we're just doing top 8 here. Now, in my mind, Peeps, the presentation, they look great, but to me, it's like fucking drywall with sugar on it. I would put it right either above candy corn or right below, like 7, 8. You could flip flop it.
My man. My man, we're on the same fucking. I'm right there with you.
Fucking disgusting,
Peeps.
and they're made right in our backyard. Just Born Candies is right in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania.
And I agree with you. I agree with you. The presentation, the whole idea of them, so fucking cool. Like they look really cool. Like they're bright colors, and then you just peel that shit apart, and you just get that it's like taking your hand and just putting it in the marshmallow jar and just like fucking eating it. Like it's kind of disgusting.
It is, which is why they're listed on our board here as the biggest frauds. And if you don't agree, we're going to call you out. So drop it in the chat if you agree or don't agree. But it's terrible. The 2 worst fucking candies you could possibly have. Did you ever see was it Rita's did a Peeps water ice for Easter? I can't imagine how shitty that could have tasted.
I think I did see it. I didn't try it, but I think I saw it.
Yeah, I got an email saying like I guess it's going to be over in a couple of days. Once Easter's gone, they're going to get rid of it. It's like a seasonal thing. But I'm like,
since you mentioned it, I got to tell you, I seriously have a problem, and I'm not even lying. I have a serious problem. I can't stop buying those Lindy Italian ices. Dude, I have like 4 boxes out there. I go to the store every couple days when I run out because I can't go to bed without having one of those 2, 3 sometimes before I go to bed. It's an addiction. I don't know how it happened, but it happened. Those things are so good.
They are an addiction. I got my mom hooked on those. She was eating those all the time. Yeah, she loved those things. The root beer
are so good. Oh,
root beer
was
one's
good too.
I like the other ones, but the root beer was those are good. Those
people
are
argue with me. There's a girl at my work who argues with me and says that the Luigi's are better. There's no way in hell, hands down, not even close.
Dude, like the Luigi's looks just like it's
creamy,
like a weird,
almost,
like a texture when you're and it's like it sticks to the little wooden.
Exactly. It's disgusting.
It's gross. It's made with some shit you shouldn't be eating. Exactly. But the Lindy is like legit water. That's underrated. That's underrated brand for sure. That's underrated. We'll do a water ice ranking when it's like mid-July. It's like 105 degrees and we're sweating our balls off doing this. Where are we at? 5. No, we're at 4. 4. Chocolate bunnies. Dude, they're now if the chocolate's good, if it's a bad chocolate, it's going to taste like shit no matter what. Like, and again, I think the presentation is good, and it's just kind of like a letdown. It's like breaking chocolate up, like it's just hollow inside.
When I was little, I used to get one of those in my basket, and of course, mine would always be the big fucking hollow one that has nothing in the middle of it. Thing just you can knock on it and like hear like freaking right through the thing. And of course it'd be like the cheap one. So, and I never really liked chocolate that much. Now as I'm older, I could appreciate like good chocolate. So I think that's placed probably at a good spot.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, I was thinking as we were talking about the hollow inside. I wonder if like drug cartels ever used the hollow bunnies to smuggle drugs
It's a
in.
great idea.
It's
Cocoa bean will throw off
it'll throw off the
the
sniffing
the
dogs.
scent. Yeah,
If anybody from the cartels listening, there you go. You're welcome
great
for
idea.
that
Yeah.
tip to smuggle drugs in the U.S.
Yep.
Jesus Christ. Jelly beans number 3. Now, don't confuse that with Starburst jelly beans. These are the traditional jelly beans. I'm a little neurotic with this, and I do it if I have the Starburst. Dude, I pick out like the red ones, the orange ones, and leave like
Yeah.
the fucking green. I don't know. I think I'm sure a lot of people do that, but I yeah.
I love a
I
good
mean-
jelly bean. I love the what's the brand? Jelly Belly. Those things are so
Yes.
expensive though, but they have some really unique flavors and they're really good. They're expensive, but they're good. So yeah, I'm all for jelly beans being up there at number 3.
Yeah, I found a bag of those Jelly Belly ones. They were all cherry bag at Marshall's not too long ago.
Ooh,
They were. It was like on the
Nice.
candy rack, hidden
very
behind
cherry.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, ooh, yeah, those were
That's a
gone
good
in
one.
like a day or two. Like they're like it's like a, I don't know. It's like a classic, right? Like it's, but again, it has to be that traditional jelly bean, not this other shit.
Yeah. You know me, I'm a sucker for candy like that. Not
yeah,
much
I
so
mean-
much the chocolates, but like stuff like that, I'm all over. Every time we golf, I have like a different
I was
bag of candy. That
I was
I make
just
'em
gonna say, yeah, you always have shit that I've never seen. You'll roll up to the golf
Yeah.
course with something like 8 a.m. and ripping out a bag of candy. Where'd you get that? Last year was like the
Yeah.
Airheads, whatever the fuck
Oh,
they were. Some
yeah.
Airhead
The bites, the
gummies. or-
Airhead bites.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Airhead
Those
bites.
are good.
Great breakfast, 8 o'clock in the morning. That's fantastic. Oh shit. Number 2, Cadbury cream eggs. I mean, that's like a staple at Easter, I guess.
I like them.
I do too. I feel like you eat more than a couple, then you can kind of regret it though, because it's the taste. It's like you eat one, and that's probably about it.
They're so
Um,
fucking sweet.
They
So
are. They are.
sweet.
Yeah. I don't know how you eat more than like 2 of them. It's a lot.
Yeah.
And number 1, I mean, look, Reese's peanut butter eggs. It's just hands down everything. The ratio, the shape, the size. Now, one thing, I think we had this conversation before, another one of these candy lists. I don't like the small, like the real
Nope.
small,
Little
they do like the
round, the
Reese's
little-
cup.
Yeah.
Those things, they suck. And they
Yeah.
when you open it, it looks like it's fucking like outdated. Like it's a weird texture.
The
If you
ratio
get like
of chocolate to is too much for peanut butter. Like it's too much chocolate to peanut butter.
yeah. Now you get the actual like the egg, or even I saw at the dollar
Pumpkin,
store.
like the pumpkin for like Halloween, those are good.
Yeah, it's actually like the egg size or bigger. Jen got me like a bigger, like a bunny shaped one. Now that was good taste, not like the little cups that they have.
Yeah.
You got to get the egg or bigger size and solid. I mean, how do you Reese's peanut butter eggs?
No,
How do you get?
banging.
I mean, that's a staple.
So
That's
good.
like, yeah. And if you don't agree, well, that's a you problem. And put in chat what you like. And if you like Peeps, you probably should go see a psychologist, because then
We should probably go see a psychologist. We've been talking about candy for fucking past 20 minutes. Jesus Christ.
I know. So half of you are probably already wrong, but drop it in the chat if you care to, and give us your favorite Easter candy. And like I said, look, if you got Peeps anywhere near the top, if Peeps is in your top 10, like I said, seek help, psychologist, psychiatrist, whatever your choice is there, because Peeps are just fucking nasty.
For sure.
Nasty. That's a little Easter fun there, Mikey. How to do it, because I forget the last one. I didn't come with it, and you thought I was going to come with some type of.
Oh, yeah.
I forget what the
Yeah,
hell
that's right.
holiday it was.
It just came up
but-
on my feed the other day. It was just came up on my feed. I forget what. It wasn't Halloween.
No, because we did Halloween, we did Christmas. It might have been like Valentine's Day or some shit. And when
Yeah,
Valentine's
I don't
candy
remember
or
now,
something.
but
Yeah,
yeah,
or
well,
I don't know. Or
it's not. getting
oh,
by
it
me
was.
again.
I know what it was. It was the Super Bowl food. It was
Yes,
like,
it
well, what
was.
are you eating at the Super Bowl? And
Yeah.
I didn't have a list.
Yeah, you dropped the ball on that one.
I
for
did.
Sure.
I did drop
Yeah.
them. That was bad. Yeah, that won't be happening again. So that's a little fun for Easter. And now we'll go back to regularly scheduled programming here. Clown of the Week. We do it every week. Biggest dipshit, blunder, whatever. And it's like we said, somehow They keep finding their way back to it's, each week they top one another, right? It's amazing what we find.
Yeah, this one's going to be all you. I think I gave mine all out last week with my I can't talk about that pear-shaped motherfucker anymore. I went off on him, so this one's all you. I know this one really irks you.
Yeah, this really chaps my ass with this one. Clown of the Week, the biggest L in sports. And it's like you said, we gave him honorable mention last week, but after the body cams have come out, Tiger Woods, come on down. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Tiger Woods, come on down there, pal.
Take a seat. Looks like James Franklin got a co-pilot in the front of the
bus.
He does
have a co-pilot.
That's awesome.
Stellar driving record for Mr. Woods, so we'll put him right up there up front with James Franklin. I thought about replacing James Franklin, but you can't because he's the staple who started this whole thing. He's got the outfit. But Tiger is the co-pilot here with James Franklin. This guy, dude, I mean, he's got... And listen, I used to like Tiger Woods as the golfer.
You loved him. Yeah.
Tiger Woods, the person, is a complete jackass. I mean, this guy is arguably one of the greatest careers in sports, no matter which sport you look at. Somehow still doing the same shit off the course. Dude, it's like part of his fucking routine here. I mean, what are we doing? It's like... Dude, these are like bad decisions on fucking autopilot. The dude's drunk, or not drunk. He was eating pills, whatever the fuck he was on at 2:00 in a residential neighborhood in the afternoon. This guy's just a fucking liability. I mean, where do you? It's just, dude. So, we have a couple clips here because these are one of the better clips I found on the internet. Let's just start with the first one here. You know what? Before we get to the video. If anybody wants to Google Tiger Woods body cams, and all this shit pops up. So this is a little montage of clips from him in the police car. This is just comical. I mean, the most cocky one is him kneeling down, hat backwards, after he just rolled his fucking Land Rover. What a clown! But also, if you can zoom in there, you'll see. Somebody posted billionaire binder clip for a wallet. He's got one of those fucking clips you have in your office and just clips his fucking money together. Fucking. And then Saw 11 Halloween coming out this Halloween for you, Tiger Woods.
Oh, wait. That's legitimately like a office clip that I use at work. Like he doesn't even have like a money clip. Oh my God. What the fuck is that? Holy shit.
You know what else really irks me with this? Before I play the video, now, you see he's wearing his shirt, right? Sunday Red. Well, let me rip on fucking Sunday Red for a little bit. This logo, well, that's his fucking logo. It's called brand? Sun. It's two words, Sunday and then Red. Now, the logo looks like some type of dinosaur fucking... I hated this when it came out. Tiger Woods, Nike I thought had one of the coolest logos with the T and the W and his old logo he had with Nike. We couldn't use it when he left Nike and started his own brand because Nike owned the trademark to it, and I guess they were refusing to sell it. So he had to come up with his own. Well, it looks like a fucking kindergartner came up with the fucking Sunday Red logo, like some dinosaur fossil on your... Who the fuck? The guys charged like $200 for a sweatshirt. Who the fuck is wearing that? That is hideous. That is probably one of the worst fucking apparel logos I've seen in my life. The Chat GPT does 100 times better job than that fucking thing. And you're paying $200 or $150 a polo shirt. You should get your fucking head examined more so than the Peeps people. But let me go further than this. So this clown is wearing this shirt. He's wearing his own apparel, of course. Dude, now all of a sudden these ads, and I've seen it on my feed, are popping up for this shirt. This shirt is that color. You can get different color. That shirt is completely fucking sold out on his website. People are buying this shirt, which those people should have their fucking heads examined to buy that. I do this. Look, go on. I forget what it's called. If you go browse his polos, that color is completely sold out. I mean,
just because of these pictures that popped online,
because that's what he was wearing when he got arrested. So now everybody's dropping $150, $175 for a shitty looking polo with a shitty looking logo because Tiger was wearing it when he got arrested. I mean, it wasn't like it was his shirt that he got arrested in. It's just the one that looks like it. Who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
To me, it's almost like the guy still wins, right? Like, rolls his car,
Certainly does.
but he's raking in fucking millions in merch sales from this shitty looking shirt. And now, you know, if people can't buy the shirt, if it's sold out, they'll buy a hideous looking sweatshirt with a real big embroidered fucking fossil looking
look at that.
tiger on the thing. Fucking hideous, dude. This guy is a fucking joke. I hope he goes away, far away, and we never hear. You know, I wanted him to go on a senior tour. Just go the fuck away, dude. I'm tired of the antics. I'm tired of the fucking bullshit, dude. You're 50 years old. Grow the fuck up. Like, and you'll see. Let's just play this. This is the video from the back of the police car. Now, again, wasn't drinking. Clearly impaired though. He starts getting the hiccups. Look at him. Fucking idiot. And he allegedly will not hire a driver. Was what I read. He won't hire a driver because he doesn't want people to know what he's doing. Now, a simple fix to that is you have him sign an NDA, and they can't disclose anything that they hear or see. No, usually like retired cops and shit do that, or military. And
He looks like he's in pain. I'm sure he is. He fucking rolled his car over fucking a couple times. Jeez.
I mean, look. Yeah, here he goes. Nodding off. Little nappy nap. On that.
He's nodding off on those pain pills is what he's nodding off on.
This guy. I mean, so that's the start of it. And then, now this is where it gets fucking weird, right? So this is...
He's got his phone. Right. Do you have... Is your wallet and things in the car?
So let me pause. So if you got to listen carefully, they're talking about his clubs.
Who is
right?
the guy?
And this is like his manager or security. It's somebody in his camp that came there after he got arrested. So they're talking to him. You got to get his clubs out of the car. So you got to listen carefully as what he says. This is fucking stupid.
Got it. Okay.
You got it all. Other than the clubs, is there anything else in there that you absolutely need at the moment?
No, just the sticks.
Just the sticks. Okay.
The sticks in the golf bag.
Right, because there's loose ones.
A bunch of other sticks I don't need.
I'll just get them
Sticks
all.
in the bag. I do.
Yeah.
It's only minus the putter, right?
Yeah.
Not the putter. Okay. Is that putter just the one that you've taken with you in your career, or what?
I've won 14 majors with it.
Oh, with that putter. Wow.
Yeah, it's since 99? Since 99?
Didn't call you the goat for nothing, man.
Yeah. At one
See, these
club.
cops shouldn't be fanboying him either, though.
Wait.
There's only one other club that's won more majors than that individual club. Jack had won like 3 wood or something.
Are you golfing in the Masters this year?
Hoping to.
Don't think that's happening.
That's not happening there, pal. No Masters for you. It sounds like rehab. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So they're talking about his clubs, getting the clubs out the car. Now, I don't know if maybe it was jammed or what happened. This is how they got Tiger's clubs out of his car. I don't know what they're smashing his back window here. Dude,
My guess is they probably had to get in it to tow it anyway, so they're going to have to get in anyway, but
he's smashing the window.
it's a monster bag?
Yeah.
They got you? They bit you?
Well, good for you for fucking trying to pull clubs out of a fucking broken window. It got you. No, you fucking got cut by the glass. The glass didn't jump out at you. You fucking idiot. Second call of the week right there, whoever that asshole was.
Yes.
That's it, we're good.
So we are. And what about this great thing? What are they?
Now, this one takes the fucking cake. And I sent this to you. This is Tiger Woods right here. This video, in my opinion, this sums up Tiger Woods and his smugness, and his eliteness, and that's it. This is the video that it's almost like when you're a kid, you idolize somebody, and we probably all had it happen to us, a sports star, whoever, and you meet the person, they're a complete jackass, and you're like, oh, that guy's an asshole, right? Like, this is like you have an image of someone, and then this is their true character. This is Tiger Woods after he flipped his car. So he's just the cops are letting him wander off down whatever driveway.
Mr. Woods. Mr. Woods.
Mr. Woods.
Come on. Mr. Woods.
Fucking 40.
Get you to hang out down here with us, please.
Thank you so much. All right. You got it. All right. Thank you. Bye. Say again?
Just keep you down here with us, please.
Yeah, I was just talking to the president. Trying to get away from
No, just talking to the president.
It gets better though.
Oh yeah, he's very apologetic for what he did last night.
No, nothing in your mouth, please. Nothing in your mouth.
He knows
Thank you.
that. Only his
None of
fourth
that.
time.
These cops are idiots, though. Why isn't he? Or he should be in custody right now.
He should be. But here's where this is great out of like. So this is his fourth time now being arrested. He should know not to put anything in his fucking mouth because could have an effect on the breathalyzer.
Well, he
Wandering
shouldn't have
around.
the choice either. His hands should be cuffed behind his back, and he should be sitting in the car.
I mean, he was like a half-mile walk down some fucking road.
I know.
I
he
mean,
could have threw
like,
fucking 16 pills out of his pocket by now. These guys are
I'm sure
idiots.
Officer DeLucia would have been like, I don't give a fuck that you called the president. Sit the fuck
Exactly.
down. Like, who gives
Yeah.
a fuck? But the ending is the cop kind of makes up for it here at the end, what he says to him, because he tried to put gum in his mouth, and then he just still keeps going here. Still got the hiccups.
That's all right. It is what it is. Yeah. You want to do this?
No Carmex. It's humid out. You don't need lipstick. Or not lipstick, lip balm.
Now, if that isn't a smug fuck,
Oh my God.
the cop tells him nothing in your mouth, and then his smug ass is like, how about this?
Yeah,
Fucking
I know.
CarMax, and the cop's like,
Yeah.
it's humid out. You don't need a lip balm, you fucking idiot. Asshole. That guy's a fucking idiot. Just go away. I don't want to
He
hear.
was on with Trump because I saw the video of Trump telling him, "There's not much I could do for you. Go. You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Head
That's what
part in
he
your
told him.
ass. Just
Yeah.
don't drive with my
Get to jail.
grandkids in your fucking car,
That's
you
right.
idiot.
Idiot." So
Holy shit.
you are the
So,
clown
hey,
of the week.
Yeah, you got anything? Because I just ranted on Tiger. You got any rants on Tiger? Are you that? I mean,
No, we got to wrap this thing up.
my God, holy shit. Well, Tiger's not chasing majors, chasing headlines for the wrong reasons. That is the clown of the week. Tiger Woods, stay out of the hazards, and we're not talking about the sand. So we'll see. Somebody's going to top Tiger Woods next week, I'm sure. We'll find it, or they will just find themselves on here. We don't have to do the work.
It always
But
does.
yeah. So that's the Final Four show, and then some. The Bark Bets were in there. We'll recap the Bark Bets. Mike, you had Mara for Michigan under 13.5 total points for the game. I took the Illinois under the first half total. The books are varying. Whatever the fucking number is, just take the under based on the trends. 13-2 in their last 15 have leaned toward the first half under for Illinois. JC is the pup up for adoption from Freedom First Rescue. Check them out, freedomfirstrescue.com. all the good stuff there with them and the pups they have up for adoption. We'll have another one next week. And look, if we helped you at all, if you followed us throughout the tournament, you've been making money. And I will get a recap for next week, a final record for the tournament. But you can see, if you've been following us, you've been making money on the tournament. So kudos to you for following. But if we helped you find a bet, stay off a bad one, Mike, how do these people show us some love here?
Yeah, they could like and subscribe if they haven't subscribed already. They could unsubscribe and subscribe again. That helps us out. Tell a friend, tell an enemy. And we'll be here again, doing this again. Hopefully winning more money. That's the goal. Not just to talk about this shit, but to make some money. Put some supplemental cash in our pockets, and let's do that this weekend and go out, get out of this college basketball season with a bang.
Yeah, and we'll go into baseball season, hopefully inflated bankroll and golf. We got UFC. Oh, and I forgot to mention to you, it just kind of came up before we got on here. We're going to try to do something next week for the Masters. Evan Grube from Woodstone, PGA professional at Woodstone Country Club. He'll either join us live. I don't think it's going to happen, but we might have to record the segment and we'll play it here. So Evan will be going over Masters picks, tips, how the course plays, what to look for. And if you want lessons, I'm sure he'll plug his lessons too. Good tips from Evan. So we're looking forward to hopefully getting him on here next week and talking Masters, and maybe we can win some golf bets because I have watched about 10 minutes of golf. So it'll be good to get a different perspective on here and let him talk for about 15 minutes and people get a different voice. But so hopefully we get Evan on here next week and we'll be doing the Masters stuff. And I guess we'll have to start talking baseball. It's early enough we can break down some of these baseball teams and still cash some futures. But all right, Mikey, we'll compute all the shit, and you'll get me the card tomorrow. At OTH Sports Pod is where we'll get everything posted on Twitter or YouTube. Watch the replay. And we'll let you know when we're on here with the Masters next week. We'll time it up. It'll be Wednesday, Thursday, but we'll get it figured out. We'll post it on X so you guys can follow. So, Mikey, I'll look for your picks. Good luck, my friend, and hopefully see you at the window.
Best of luck.